you are losing clients. You feel it every time a potential client says, I need to think about it. And then they vanish. And meanwhile, you're bleeding precious billable hours on consultations that lead nowhere. You're left wondering, what did I do that went so wrong? And your practice pays the price. Let's be honest, your consultation process is probably broken. It's like a leaky pipe, dripping away your time and your best potential clients. It's unstructured, it's inefficient, and it's not building the immediate trust you need to get a terrified person to hire you on the spot. But what if I told you there's a simple 5-step framework that turns dead-end consultations into a client signing machine? In this video, I'm going to give you the exact framework built specifically for criminal defense attorneys. When someone is facing criminal charges, they're not just looking for a lawyer. They're scared, overwhelmed, and searching for a life raft in a hurricane. That first meeting is the moment you either become their trusted advocate or you become just another name on a list that they just called up and had another dead end. Here's the problem. Most attorneys just wing it. They treat this meeting like an informal chat, which is like a surgeon walking into the operating room without reading the patient's chart. And what happens is you miss the key details. You create unrealistic expectations and you fail to project the authority needed to get hired. The framework I'm sharing today fixes that. It's a systematic blueprint that helps you gather the right info, build real trust, prove your expertise, and push the client to take action. It's like having GPS coordinates to a hidden treasure, while every other lawyer is wandering lost in the woods. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, repeatable process to transform your consultations and your entire practice. Step 1 is the pre-consultation briefing. This is the most important part of the consultation. It happens before the client even walks through the door. Going in cold is like a chef trying to cook a gourmet meal without prep work. When the heat is on and the client is in the chair, you can't be frantically chopping vegetables. You need to be ready to cook. The goal is simple. Make the 30 to 60 minutes you have intensely efficient. So first, your team must pre-screen every single lead. You need the basics. What are the charges? Is there a co-defendant? Have they hired a lawyer before? This isn't just filtering out bad cases, it's gathering intel so you can hit the ground running. Second, you need to prep yourself. If you have documents, police reports, summons, charging papers, read them. Get familiar with the statutes, the elements, and possibly the penalties. You want to walk into that room already speaking their language. Third, and this is the step most lawyers skip, you prepare the client. This is huge. Before they come in, give them 3 homework assignments. Number 1, gather every document they have. Number 2, write a detailed timeline of events from their point of view. And number 3, write down every question they have for you. This is like asking a patient to list their symptoms before the doctor's visit. It gets them organized. It makes the interview smoother, and it shows them you're already in control. It turns them from a passive passenger into an active co-pilot in their own defense. And trust starts building before you even shake their hand. Step number 2 is the structured interview and trust catalyst. When the client shows up, their stress level is through the roof. You know this. They feel like they're in a boat tossed in a storm, and your first job isn't to be a lawyer, it's to be the calm harbor. You need to create a safe space for them to tell their story. That's why you use a structured interview, not an interrogation. A guided conversation that builds trust while you gather facts. Start by laying out a roadmap like a pilot briefing a nervous passenger before takeoff. Tell them exactly what's about to happen. You say, first, I'm going to listen. Then I'm going to ask questions. After that, I'll walk you through what this means. Finally, we'll talk about fees. Sound good? That simple roadmap puts you in control, and it lowers anxiety because they know the flight plan. Then you listen. Let them talk. Don't jump in with legal jargon. Active listening is your most powerful tool. It's like sonar, picking up on signals of fear and doubt beneath the surface. People need to feel heard before they can trust you. Once they finish, then you dig for details. You have questions ready. You remind them everything is protected by attorney-client privilege, and total honesty is the only way to build a strong defense. If you feel them holding back, you explain gently. Surprises down the road are like torpedoes that sink cases. And throughout this, you're also evaluating them. Are they truthful? Can you work with this person? Trust your gut. This is stuff you already know. Step three, the reality based assessment. Now you've got the facts, and the client is desperate for answers. This is where most lawyers mess it up. They either drown the client in confusing legalese or they make promises they can't keep. Explaining the law with jargon is like describing the molecular structure of water to a drowning person. It's not helpful. Your goal is a realistic, preliminary evaluation in plain English. Start by explaining the charges, the potential penalties, and what the prosecutor must prove. Don't assume they know anything. Use a whiteboard or a notepad to sketch the timeline of a typical case. It's like drawing a map through the dark forest. It demystifies the process and it manages expectation. Next, give a straight assessment of strengths and weaknesses. You can bring up potential defenses, like a motion to suppress evidence, but frame it correctly. Say, based on what you've told me, one area we'd immediately look into is no guarantees. Your assessment is preliminary, like an early weather forecast. It's based on today's data. But as more evidence comes in, the storm front could change. And here's the key: honesty, even the bad news. It builds trust. Step four, outlining your unique value and strategy. Now the client understands the problem. Next, you prove you're the solution. This isn't a hard sell. It shows competence and laying out a clear plan. Connect your experience directly to their situation. Don't read your whole resume. It's like a locksmith showing a giant ring of keys. They don't care about every door you've opened. They care about the one key that opens their lock. So show them that key. You say, I've handled over 100 DUI cases just like this in this exact courthouse. Then present a specific strategy. Don't say, I'll fight for you. Say, my plan is to file a motion challenging the traffic stop. We'll subpoena the officer's body cam footage and we'll start building leverage right away. That shows you're a chess player who sees the board, not a pawn reacting to the next move. Finally, talk about fees with total clarity. State your fee with confidence. And after you say the price, stop talking. That silence feels awkward, but it's an anchor. You just anchored your value. And the first person who speaks is the one who pulls that anchor up. You've spent 45 minutes proving value. The fee reflects that. Explain what it covers, explain what it doesn't, because money surprises destroy trust faster than anything else. Step five, the call to action and follow-up protocol. Never end a consultation with, well, let me know. It's like a doctor ending an appointment by saying, feel free to call if you think you're still sick. It projects uncertainty and it abandons your role as the expert. You close the loop with clear next steps. If they retain you, give them immediate homework. Sign the engagement letter, pay the fee, hand over missing documents, and tell them what not to do. Don't talk to anyone about the case. Stay off social media. If they need time to decide, you still control the follow-up. You say, I understand this is a big decision. I'm going to call you tomorrow at 2 p.m. to answer any questions you have. That's the equivalent of scheduling a follow-up appointment. It maintains professional control and it puts a deadline on their decision. End by reinforcing your role. You're the guide. Proactive communication is the secret to a great attorney-client relationship. And that follow-up call, it can be one thing that turns a hesitant lead into a loyal client. If this framework makes sense, but you're struggling to put it into practice, it might be time for a more personal strategy. A systematic intake process is one of the most overlooked profit drivers in criminal defense firms. I've helped countless attorneys build client-winning machines in their practice. If you're ready to stop losing clients and start building a more profitable, predictable firm, reach out and we'll be glad to help you with that. So there you have it. A 5-step framework to turn chaotic consultations into a well-oiled client-winning machine. Here's a quick recap. Number 1, the pre-consultation briefing. Number 2, the structured interview and trust catalyst. Number 3, the reality-based assessment. Number 4, outlining your unique value and strategy. And number 5, the call to action and follow-up protocol. Stop leaving money on the table. Stop wasting your time. When you implement this structured approach, you won't just increase conversion, you'll lay the groundwork for stronger defenses and better outcomes. You'll project confidence, build trust instantly, and position yourself as the only lawyer they should ever consider hiring. Stop acting like every other lawyer. It's time to take control of your consultation process and start landing the clients you deserve. If you want an outline of this and forms to help you structure this process, click the link below and we'll immediately send you over those documents to help you start structuring this process.